We have an update now on David Letterman's bombshell admission that he had affairs with women on his staff and that he was allegedly being blackmailed over those affairs by a CBS producer. CBS News correspondent Bianca Solorzano is here with the latest. Good morning.
Hi, good morning, Maggie. David Letterman's on-air admission last Thursday gave The Late Show a 38% ratings boost over the same night a week ago. But whether he'll suffer any long-term damage, especially from female viewers, remains to be seen. Meanwhile, new details about the affairs have emerged. From out of the shadows and into the headlines, the identities of two women who allegedly had affairs with the Late Show host.
There we go,
34-year-old Late Show staffer Stephanie Burkett is a former assistant to David Letterman. The relationship is said to have ended before Letterman was married. Until last month, Burkett was also the live-in girlfriend of Joe Halderman, the 48 Hours mystery producer, accused of trying to blackmail Letterman over the affairs for $2 million. A second alleged romance was with Holly Hester, a former Late Show intern in the 1990s. She told the website TMZ.com, "I was madly in love with him at the time and would have married him. He was hilarious."
You do it.
Halderman is now free on $200,000 bail, and he was suspended from CBS News. His co-workers are in shock.
Well, I was stunned.
Including former colleague Dr. Bob Arnott.
Joe has been one of my best friends. He's been one of the most upright, honest, straightforward, honorable human beings that I've ever known.
Sunday's New York Post reported that Letterman's office in the Ed Sullivan Theater, off limits except to a select few, had a bedroom with a pull-out couch. Sources confirm the couch in his office, but deny there is a private bedroom. Maggie?
Bianca Solorzano, thank you, Bianca. Gerald Shargell is Joe Halderman's attorney, and he joins us this morning. Good morning to you.
Good morning. How are you?
I'm well, thank you. I know that your client has pleaded not guilty.
Yes.
How do you explain the supposed proof, the recorded conversations, the phony $2 million check he allegedly tried to cash?
Well, first of all, this is so obviously out of character. Anyone who knows Joe Halderman knows that this is completely out of character, to the point of not making any sense if you think about it. Here's a guy who's an Emmy Award-winning journalist who has dealt with cops and wiretaps and undercover investigations virtually his entire life, right? And the claim is that he intended to extort David Letterman in the way that is claimed. Look at the fact that there was a $2 million check. In the history of extortion, I don't think there's been a single case where the alleged extortionist took a check in payment. It just doesn't make any sense.
So you're saying he did not take the check?
No, I'm not saying he didn't take the check. But the question at the end of the day is, what was his intent? One of the things that the prosecution has to prove beyond a reasonable doubt, one of the elements of the offense, is that Joe Halderman had specific criminal intent. And I say to you and I say to the public that we shouldn't rush to judgment, because I think at the end of the day, when the case is tried and after the cross-examination of David Letterman and the full story comes out, I'm confident that a jury will not find that specific criminal intent.
What was his intent?
Well, here's the point. I'm in day 4 of the case.
But what has he told you, though?
The fourth. Well, you don't really expect me to discuss with him.
Well, I want you to give us an idea
discuss with you
to counter what we've been hearing in the press.
All I'm saying is, don't rush to judgment. All I'm saying is, look at the character of Joe Halderman. Look at the fact that so many at this network who have worked with him over the years, who have known him literally for decades, have said that this is completely out of character with anything they know about Joe Halderman. He is a decent, competent individual who has never displayed any propensity or indication of wrongdoing, and he's entitled to the presumption of innocence, and that's all I'm asking for at this point. It would be impossible, if I may, it would be impossible for any responsible lawyer to appear here and discuss the details either of what his client told him or what the defense is. But I just want to say to the public, don't rush to judgment.
All right, Mr. Shargell, thanks. Thanks for coming in.